Evident that my father has left a meaningful and lasting impression on everyone he has worked with. So, I must mention at the outset that my perspective today is not from a banker's lens filled with financial terminologies, but rather from the eyes of a banker's son. I therefore seek your kind pardon if my words are more personal than professional. Other than that, this is going to be a bit long, so I beg your pardon. My father's life is a story of grit, endurance, strong morals, unwavering commitment, and immense responsibility. I would like to illustrate this through a few instances from this journey. The first takes us back to the 80s and 90s of the last century. My grandfather passed away at the age of around 30s. In the early 80s, at that time, my father was around just 17 years old, suddenly burdened with the responsibility of supporting a family that included 4 younger brothers and one younger sister. Fresh out of high school, he somehow managed to balance everything, shouldering family responsibilities, excelling academically by securing a place amongst the toppers in his bachelor's, and parallelly joining my grandfather's position at IIT. However, the income was modest and insufficient to sustain a family of 7. Determined to do better, my father relentlessly burned the midnight oils for several years to follow. The perseverance paid off when he secured a position at Vijaya Bank. What many may not know is that he also had cleared selections for other banks with comparable or even better pay, but had even qualified the exam for higher studies at ISB Hyderabad. Yet guided by emotions and values, which he always has done, he chose Vijaya Bank simply because its name resonated with that of my grandfather. My grandfather's name was Sri Vijay Kishore Sinha, so he just chose that, guided by the emotions. What followed were 34 years of unwavering responsibility, managing not just his professional life, but also an expanding family that welcomed my mother and later us. He never once faltered, balancing his role as a hard-working banker and a calm, dependent father. Of course, there were personal and professional ups and downs, phases when my mother was critically ill, and times when my father himself went through professional and mental challenges. Yet with stoicism, resilience, and mutual trust, my parents endured every storm together. From them, I learned, and we learned, invaluable lessons to stay strong, ethical, grounded, and resilient in the face of adversity. The second instance I wish to highlight is from the COVID era, a time when the banking community set an extraordinary example of commitment, ethics, and public service. While healthcare workers and policymakers rightly received recognition, I believe bankers remained relatively unsung heroes, ensuring the continuous flow of money and stability of nation's economy during those uncertain times. I speak of this from my personal experience as a banker's son. During the entire COVID year, my father commuted between Bilkehalli and Narsapura without fail. When travel became too difficult, he rented accommodation near the branch and he still kept on doing his duties, balancing between the scarce resources, challenging conditions, and difficult living conditions and long hours of work, while still fulfilling his responsibility as a father on the weekends. While we stayed safe at home, with the two of us relinquishing on the mother's food, he worked tirelessly without a single complaint. This for us became a living lesson that what commitment means to public service truly means, and how every contribution to society and the nation matters. There are many more such instances that reflect my father's high character and standards as a human. But due to time constraints, I would like to conclude by seeking your blessings and good wishes for him as he embarks on his new phase of life. May his new life be filled with good health, happiness, peace, spirituality, and prosperity. So before I close, I would also like to acknowledge my mother's immense sacrifices, endurance, love, and unwavering support to my father. In India, a nation maker may retire, but a homemaker never does. Their selfless contributions deserve the highest appreciation and respect. And lastly, Papa, your career as a banker transitions today, but the values you have lived by continues guiding us every single day of our lives. So thank you. And with this, I take the liberty of concluding.